Okay, so hi everybody, Annabelle Ola here. I'm a nutrition coach and Pilates instructor and a wellness advocate with doTERRA, and Erin's with me as well here, wellness
Hi.
advocate, and she focuses on the emotions. Tara is our other leader here, and and Lindsay are also here as leaders to help out tonight. We're going to be talking about the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and the reason that we have to supplement now is our soil is not what it used to be. So our soil is depleted from the GMOs, from all the toxic chemicals that have been put in the land, amongst other things. And we've killed all the nutrients, unfortunately. So now we have to supplement in order to get what we used to be able to get as far as minerals, um, and energy from the plants. So supplementing is a huge piece of what we do, and the rate of absorbency, I believe, is 94%. Is it 92 or 94%?
I think it's 94.
94% into the body, which is a very high level, especially compared to most vitamins. Your one-a-days, your gummies, you're just going to be basically eliminating that in the toilet. So it's a waste of your money. It literally goes down the drain. That's why we talk about this. We want to boost your health up. And the whole reason it's called Lifelong Vitality Pack is we're living longer, but you want to live better longer. You don't want to just live longer and be in pain and have other issues. So the first one I'm going to go over is the microplex. There is a vegan version of all these, by the way. The microplex is your food nutrient complex. And I'm just going to go over a few of the things, but it really does cover from A to Z everything that you need in your body. The only thing that I would say that you could add in here is a little bit more D on a liquid D level, but you could get that separately. Vitamin A, C, D3, E, K, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, B6, folate, which is really important at 100%, B12, biotin, which is great for bones and muscles, and calcium, and iron, and iodine. And the iron is not too high, just in case you have any iron issues. So it's at a nice moderate level. Magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, and chromium. So all of these minerals and nutrients are vital to our body's function. And if it can't function properly, we're kind of in trouble in that regard. It also has a whole food blend, including kale, dandelion leaf powder, kale, kelp, broccoli sprout, all sorts of greens in here, including spinach and cabbage as well. So it truly is a food nutrient. So there are greens in here that really make a difference in our body. And it's really important to also fight against any kind of disease, especially cancer, with greens. So that's an important piece to this, especially if you're not getting them in. There's also an enzyme and tummy tamer in here of caraway, ginger, and peppermint. So it's nice to have a tummy tamer so that you can take this whenever you want to. So that's your food supplement. Does anyone else have anything to say about the Microplex VMZ?
I think you covered it. I love the tummy tamer blend. I think that makes a big difference when you take these vitamins. None of the nausea you can get with other vitamins, and you don't have to take them with food because of that.
True.
Yeah, I was going to add to that and say I've done intermittent fasting. I like go back and forth. So I will still take my vitamins with my water in the morning and not eat until noon, and I'm perfectly fine. So I think it's awesome.
I know the question has come up before. Do you have to stagger them? You don't. You can take them all in the morning. It's just that sometimes that's a lot of pills for people. So 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. I wouldn't go beyond 3 because they do give you energy and you want to be able to sleep as well. Does anyone have any questions, since we're going to go over these kind of one by one?
I see in the chat, Shirley is asking, is that like a multiple? Shirley, do you mean, is that like you take multiple of them a day, or it is in conjunction with the 2 other vitamins?
No, what I meant was, is that like would you consider that a multiple vitamin? Like your
multivitamin? Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
This covers all of that and more.
Yeah. It's a great go-to. Does anyone have any other questions on that? I know you know your stuff, Shirley, when it comes to, Shirley is another IIN graduate and has done a lot of different studies on different health subjects. So she's also great for feedback and comments.
That's awesome. Hi, Shirley. with Stephanie too, right? The three of you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Annabelle, can you hear me?
Yes.
Is that Sonia?
I can hear you, Sonia. Sonia. Now I can't hear you if you're talking. You can put in the chat field too, or you can text me if you need to as well. I'll just carry on unless I hear you again. So the next one I'm going to go over is our fish oil. Again, there's a vegan version of this. Exia Omega is an essential oil omega complex, and what I like about this one is especially you don't get that fish burp. So we've still got those tummy tumors in there, and it's going to reach a lower level in the intestines so that it's not sitting in your stomach and you're just burping it up like a lot of other fish oils. So the way that they've made this is already right off the bat going to be more bioavailable to the body. Has vitamin A, D3, and vitamin E, and then it has the EPAs, the DHAs, all the other omegas 3, 6, and 9, ALAs, SPAs, and GLAs. And I could really go into some of these, but at the end of the day, these are really important to be in your fish oil. So Dr. Hyman and some of the other doctors like Dr. Axe talks about the most important things to be in your fish oils. And these are some of the things that you'll be looking for. Pomegranate seed oil is also in here, which is a great anti-agent and antioxidant. Astapure is what they've gotten here, and it's green algae, which if you look up green algae in itself, it's got a lot of healing benefits to the body on so many levels. Lindsay, do you know anything about the algae family that you want to add about that at all?
The one thing I remember from the training that we did in February, I thought a cool thing that Shane was telling us about is how the reason that it's red is it protects it from the sunlight. So I thought that was really cool. It's like a UV protection.
Right.
And when it's dark, then that algae goes back to green, or it was something like that. But it's to protect itself. So I like that it's red in the bottle. Not that we would have our bottle sitting in the sun, but it's protected even more so that it can preserve the quality of.
Yeah, that's a great point. Tara, you remember something about the location? I remember it was like the deep sea. Do you remember anything about that, Mary?
I remember.
I have to look it up. I might have to look it up. But I remember
it was like the deep sea.
Certain location that is rare. And I'll get this information and I'll put a link on here. We'll figure out something so I make this much more clear. But basically the sourcing of the green algae is important piece of this vitamin or this fish oil.
I just remember Shane saying from that training that when we take it, it doesn't open up in the stomach. Like you said, it gets in the intestine. I thought that was awesome.
Yes, exactly. It's the Red Sea, but regardless, we'll figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
So lutein, lycopene, that's from tomatoes. Everyone talks about lycopene and lutein as far as anti-cancer and keeping everything super strong in the body. And of course, the tummy tumors like I was talking about. So the fishes that they do use that are actually very clean are sardines, anchovies, and mackerel. Now, again, Dr. Weil, Dr. Axe and Dr. Hyman talk about those in particular being where they get their fish oils from when they're eating them. So I like that. This is a great fish oil. Okay. Then the last one we're going to talk about before I move on, does anyone have a fish oil question? Do you know anyone that has any experience treating colitis? I don't, but I'm sure we can find that out. I would imagine in general, Sonia, you might want to look at doing the detox if you have colitis to take out the inflammation, take out any bacterias and other issues, and then rebuild the gut flora because it seems to heal a lot of things. But that's something I can ask some of our frontline leaders like Bernadette. We can also put it out there on the Prosper Code and see what kind of feedback we get. But I'm sure there's a lot of calming oils we can use for colitis. So I'll look into that. Thanks for the question.
So Annabelle, I just looked it up on Modern Essentials app. So Sonia, the digestive blend comes up as number 1.
Thanks.
And you would apply that topically or even take that internally. So that has the combination of like the fennel and the peppermint and the caraway and the anise. So these are all really soothing for, I guess, if you've got the abdominal pain. So
Awesome.
maybe try that one. And then they also recommend the protective soft gels, which is the On Guard soft gels.
On Guard Plus. Yeah, that's
So
good. Thank you for looking that up.
Ginger is another one.
Ginger. Okay.
ginger's in the digestive blend.
Mm-hmm. So all those would be calming yet protect your immune system. And I forgot what the plus is in On Guard, but obviously you have your clove, you have your cinnamon,
Oregano.
you have your yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it just turns it up a notch. So I could see why that would be, because I believe that's an anti-inflammatory or autoimmune disease. I could see why that would be needed.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat, but it's Digest Zen. It's the digestive oil blend.
Mhm.
Digest
The
Zen.
second one, if you don't mind putting that in.
Oh yeah, and then the On Guard capsules.
That's a great question. Thank you for anytime you have something that pertains to you, let us know. Okay, so the last one that I'm going to go over, just grab the same one, is my favorite is the Alpha CRS. And I love them all because they all work synergistically, but the Alpha CRS in particular gives you energy, and I'm in need in that category. So some people might be stressed, some people might have I don't know, headaches all the time. Personally, I need energy. So Alpha CRS is the one that is Cellular Vitality. So this is the reason I like this one is it's all the stuff that's out there in buzzwords and popular trending stuff that Dr. Wild talks about. Your adaptogens, your cordyceps, your pomegranate, some of your turmerics, so all anti-inflammatories, but also cellular boosting. So I'm just going to read through a few of these. I don't know how to say this, but scutellaria root extract, I believe is how you say it, and boswellia, milk thistle. Again, these things are super powerful and super potent for the body in support of many different things, and I feel like I could do 10 minutes on each one, but since we don't have time for that, I'm just kind of listing off so you get a gist of what's in this. But overall, like I said, cellular vitality and support to the system. Pomegranate green tea. I mean, green tea, everyone talks about being the #1 superfood, as well as turmeric root extract, grape seed extract, that's anti-aging, pineapple stem extract, sesame seed, pine bark extract. And I believe that supports bones and the nervous system, but we can look into that a little bit more. L-carnate, alpha lipoic acid, coenzymes, Q-curtin, and ginkgo. So brain support, energy support. Does anyone else have anything to say about those in particular? Yeah, Lindsay.
There's another, like, what I thought was a fun fact that I remember Shane talking about, the resveratrol. Did I say that right? That's in it. And that's like a really, seems kind of like a popular, almost, I don't want to say it, but like almost trendy ingredient that I see, you know, advertised in lots of beauty products and other, like even just a resveratrol supplement by itself. But I think it was interesting that he said, you know, this product has what we need. And some people would say like, well, why can't I just drink like my red wine? Because, you know, that has it. And he said, in order to get an adequate amount of resveratrol from red wine, you would have to drink 2 bottles a day. Not be a healthy habit to start.
No.
Better off taking the Alpha CRS.
Yes, totally. So this has what you need percentage-wise in order to get what you're supposed to get without killing your liver. So that's huge. Ginkgo on its own, I mean, I could seriously talk about some of these things in general forever, but just know that you're getting the best of the best, and you will feel that energy surge immediately because of the bioavailability of these supplements. So you take 2 of each of these in the morning and 2 of each at lunch or before 3 o'clock. And again, some people take them all or throughout the day. I just don't like taking them any later than 3 because for me personally, it keeps me up, but maybe you work at night, so maybe you need to take it later. To each his own, on your schedule or when you wake up or when you go to bed. But a powerhouse. So how about we get some questions on that, or more information or feedback on you and your lifelong vitality packs? I know most of you take this here.
Yeah, I'm going to open it up and see just what questions you have or anything you guys are wondering about the LLV pack. I did want to say, if you are using it or sharing it with anybody else, if you look at something like Alpha CRS, if you wanted to buy it on its own without a wholesale account, it's $92.67. Retail on its own, it's $69.50. And doTERRA offers the whole package of the 3 vitamins for $79.50. So you're getting a whole lot for your money, and it's amazing for your health. So not to mention that if there's anybody who's questioning whether or not to take it, I know doTERRA feels very strongly about it, and we feel very strongly about it, but it has a money-back guarantee, 30 days. So I haven't met anybody who doesn't notice a difference. And we do have some people who want to start more slowly and just take 2 a day at first, and that's totally fine. Like Annabelle said, to each their own, whatever works for you.
Mm-hmm. And to add to that, when you do buy that way, you can customize. So then if you add the probiotic, which I still highly, highly recommend, and when we do a class on this next month on the immune system and getting back to school, what we're saying and finding about flora and the gut, and 70% of your immune system lives in the gut, is vital to your existence, especially right now. So your flora is huge, and for the brain, for the sleep, for now they're linking it to cancers and other diseases. So you get that for $20. I mean, where can you find a probiotic as a prebiotic that gets delivered appropriately? You don't have to refrigerate it for $20. So normally on its own it's $40. So there's just ways, tips and tricks to get cheaper supplements. And I will say, if you were to choose something like Standard Process, which is a good company too actually for vitamins, you're spending way more. You're having tons more bottles on your shelf. This is much more manageable.
I will say I did take Standard Process for a long time, and it made me nauseous. I had to take it with food, and even when I did, it was like a very full, very nauseous feeling. And that's where the Tummy Tamer blends, just because we have the power of these oils, wrapping the oils or putting that inside the soft gel, is so important for how our body is, first of all, absorbing the vitamin. It helps with that, and just to keep us, you know, taking it in well, not getting nauseous from it, because that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Also, from the point of view of affordability, if you buy the 3-pack and then you customize your add-ons with that, I mean, that is such a huge reduced price, right? Because normally it's about $39.50 for a single bottle wholesale. But if you add it onto an LLV pack, the basic, what I call the box, as it's shown on the website, isn't it something like 20?
It's 20.
Exactly. It's half off. So you know how sometimes we'll say you get 25 to 50% off everything as a member? That's an example of a 50% off piece of their supplements. They really do customize and make it easy for you to make it more affordable.
So, and then Shirley said, but you still have to add vitamin B's and D. So in the Microplex, they do have the vitamin B. I'm not sure, you know, depending on what you're looking for, but it has B6 and B12. The vitamin D is in there also. So it's 200% of your daily value for vitamin D. So and all of that, and magnesium, all of that in the Microplex. So, and it's the whole food. So you're not taking in the rocks and the minerals. Your body knows what it's getting, and it can absorb it and put it in the proper places. So I really loved comparing this vitamin to Standard Process, where I had to take 4 vitamins, like bottles, to get what I could get in this.
I've done that too.
And you can also take the extra nutrient, which has the magnesium and the vitamin D.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So, and I was just going to add in too that I know when I first started, it was like a lot of pills, and I'm always used to like, you know, no, pills are not good, you know, and that's just my mentality. But I think after I did the detox with Annabelle, I don't know how many years ago. And I've realized how many pills that was. It was kind of scary, but then once your body gets used to it, and it's fine. Like, don't just get over that number, because it's really not, it doesn't have any effect. Because right now, like, I'm on the lifelong vitality pack that Annabelle just went over. I do the extra bone nutrient, I do the probiotic, I do the Terrazyme, I do the Yarrow Palm, like the turmeric, someone mentioned that. I do the turmeric every morning. So like when you add all that up, that's a lot, but they're all doing different things for our body. And I really feel the difference in what each of those are doing. So it took me a long time to get over that number of like, oh my God, I'm taking like 20 pills a day. But I don't look at it that way, because these are whole foods and all natural. They're not pills. They're just, I'm taking these supplements. They have got the oils, and it's like, I think in our class, Rebecca and Shane, they have a candy dish, and I think Nikki mentions that she does that, and then just kind of snacks on her supplements throughout the day, because that's what they are. They're not harsh. So
right.
I just want to point that out, because I think sometimes people see that number of like, oh my God, 444, and then a probiotic, and then this, and then that, and then it just adds up.
Yes, and to say also, I know we're going over LLV, but it is worth mentioning, just like Tara said, when I talk to my Pilates clients, you lose bone and muscle starting in your 30s. And if we don't fight against that, especially as women with osteoporosis rate being higher, you're just going to do yourself a disservice. So super important to take a bone nutrient. And then yes, you do have the added magnesium, potassium, vitamin D, boron, and there's another thing I've forgotten in the bone nutrient, but hair, skin, and nails, bone strength, all the minerals you need, surely. So that is well worth adding in.
Copper, the one you were missing.
Boron, there's another one for bones and bone and skin and joints. What's that?
Biotin.
Biotin. Thank you. So like, everyone talks about the right now, the bone broths. Collagen is super important, but the collagen powders out there, most of them are not very good or bioavailable. I definitely recommend that bone nutrient, but if you want to eat that, also add in more collagen by food, I would say bone broths for sure. And there's like one or two other, for me personally, that I have found that some of them upset my stomach, and sometimes they just grind bones. They're not really giving you something that has the bioavailability. And if anybody wants to add anything to that, because I know Shirley and Lindsay, you've studied probably a little bit more about those kind of supplements. So collagen, it's really important. Yep, Ancient Nutrition Bone Broth, sure. That's the one that's live, right? Yep, that's another good one. There's also one that Kelly LeVeque has recently talked about before, and I'll have to look up the name because I just did a little mini class on stuff with her, and it was a good one that has some ingredients that makes it more live. I want to say it's lipoic acid that's in it, but I'll look it up. Alaya, A-L-A-Y-A, is another one off the top of my head, and that's a powder form that seems to be more bioavailable. And that's one of the famous trainers, I've just forgotten her name, that she talks about. The one on The Biggest Loser, does anyone remember her name? She's like a famous...
Jillian Michaels.
Yeah.
Jillian Michaels.
She
Love Jillian
talks
Michaels.
about Alaya, A-L-A-Y-A. So if you wanted to add to a smoothie another collagen, and again, you're getting what you need, but it doesn't hurt to put little boosters in. So it's a good time to talk about what your need is specifically, because just because of what we're talking about right now, maybe you do need more D than Tara does, or maybe Erin needs more of the C because of a depletion. So that's really up to a test to come up with. This is just going over your overview of the basics. Yeah. Anyone else have any questions or comments or concerns? Personal issues? Successes with LLV?
I think is everyone on the call on LLV?
Yeah, maybe you guys can type in the chat field, I'm on LLV, I like it, or I don't, whatever you want to say or you don't want to say. Just let us know.
Can I ask a question about the Yarrow Palm? This is
Yeah.
Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
How did y'all say y'all use it? The only way I've been getting it in the bottle, and it's not just the oil, I don't think. It's mixed with it's kind of confusing to me. It's not just an essential oil. I guess it's mixed with the pomegranate oil.
Right. So the Yarrow Palm is the first time doTERRA has done this. It's called a nutritive duo, and it's a combination of Yarrow, which is an ancient used oil for oil used for many centuries for healing. So Yarrow, if you look it up, there's a lot of history to Yarrow, but they combined it with pomegranate, the fatty acid in the pomegranate. So that's where you're getting all of the great benefit for your skin, those fatty acids that our skin needs, plus the Yarrow, which is very healing and soothing to the skin. So we have the oil, and we have a body serum, which I really love. It's a nice lightweight body serum. So the Yarrow is great for your face, hands, any sort of really like other serious skin issues. And then the body serum is great for all over your body. And then we have the soft gels. So they have a few other ingredients in them that I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're for that kind of inside out healing for your skin, giving you that glow. I notice a big difference when I take them internally as well.
Me too. I feel like I can't live without the Yarrow. I have drier skin typically. And if I don't use that Yarrow Palm, and I kind of love how it comes out blue and then kind of fades into the skin, but it's an antioxidant, so I think help with skin cancer. It's collagen booster, anti-aging. It also is supposed to help with the heart, and when taken internally, metabolic support. And then the supplement itself, they're saying to add that into your diet, not just for skin support, because it's supposed to be a beauty complex supplement, but because it has the zinc and C in there, that's what they're talking about with this virus, to boost up a little bit more. And so it couldn't hurt to take that supplement in conjunction. And then I do love the Yarrow body one, because I'm thinking any extra collagen I can get on my skin, I'm going to get it in there.
Yeah. So
does that answer your question?
Yeah, but Annabelle, so I started using the Yarrow Palm, which is the dark blue one.
Yeah.
After you told me about it once before, and I actually just mix it in with my lotions.
Exactly.
And so,
are you talking about the face one or the body?
Well, I just get the thing of Yarrow Palm, and I mix it into my regular lotion for my face, and I mix it into my lotion for my body. So I use it all over.
It's like a small vial with a drop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't get the regular Yarrow body cream or whatever else there is. I just get that one. Mm-hmm. But the Yarrow Palm that I get, the blue one, can I take that internally as well?
Yes. So what I'll do is I'll, like you said, put a drop in with my lotion, put it all over, and then I'll put a drop on my tongue, just right there and then.
That oil is actually really good for metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Good to know. I didn't know that. Okay, thanks.
Metabolic support for sure. And actually there's someone that did a whole like diet spring thing kept doing the supplements in the Yarrow Palm internally in a capsule, but you can just take it right then and there. And since it's good for your heart, I just feel like it's going right down into everything I want it to be going into.
But you also take the Yarrow supplement?
It almost tastes like nothing to me.
Yeah, it doesn't taste
You
bad.
could take it, yes, in conjunction with the supplement. So I buy all three because it's cheaper. Just like I was saying earlier, when you buy sets and kits, they've made it so it's reduced. I get all three of them. The supplement, the body. I mean, I'm like a Smurf. I like put the whole thing all over me.
Yeah, I think it's like $80 some if you get it's not as big for the Yarrow Palm with the dropper, the nutritive duo, but you get that, and you get the body serum, and you get the capsules. And the capsules have like celery seed, frankincense, palmarosa, turmeric, and melissa also in them. So you're getting all the benefits of the Yarrow and the palm, but you're also getting that, and grapeseed, melon, zinc, and vitamin C. So these are all really good for your collagen.
And that cellular, man, that celery, I mean, that celery oil, it's really strong, and I have taken it, and I know it's good for you. Do you?
It's in my
I'm like,
water
oh
right
my
now.
God, really? Oh my God, I can't take it like that. That's
if you ever
amazing.
get like refluxy stuff, like now, if I eat something that disagrees with me, I immediately get like reflux, like my body's rejecting it, and then I have to drink like a whole bottle of water with celery seed, but then it goes away.
It's good.
It doesn't taste great, but you get.
And you guys know, like everyone hears about celery. Celery takes, put that in your everything. So.
What has the celery in it?
Celery seed was in the.
It's in the Yarrow palm capsule, and then doTERRA sells the celery seed oil on its own, which is really good for like indigestion and acid reflux. It actually can take that mucus that comes up with your acid reflux, that whole process, and it helps cleanse that out. So if you have any issues with that, celery seed helps a lot.
Oh, my biological dentist just told me to drink celery juice every morning for detox.
Oh yeah,
exactly. But that's kind of annoying though, to try to squeeze celery juice out of celery.
So yeah, put a drop or two in the smoothie. Know that it's going to be strong, but know that it's going to be powerful on a detox level. I remember at convention that Dr. Hill was really supporting the celery seed.
And celery seed is different than celery, because celery seed is actually in the carrot family, oddly enough. But celery on its own, I think that's like medical medium's whole healing platform.
That's who she said. Yes.
Celery seed is amazing. If you have the time to juice celery every morning, I think people have like really good results with it. But I don't know I think the idea with it is that it's healing everything inside of you, which is the same idea of, what we're doing with all these vitamins. So you're taking a supplement instead of taking the celery. So yeah, I think the celery seed oil is great. Drinking celery juice is great. All of these things that we can do to combat everything we're taking in our lives that's so toxic, in our airs, in our emotions, in the world around us, the food we eat, for sure.
Good to know. That's awesome. Yeah, that was a good explanation. I really like that, because I am really trying to experiment with different kinds of supplements. So that's pretty cool. And good information
too, Shirley. So let me know what you think. But also, Nikki had said earlier, and I've heard this from a lot of my clients, it subsides menopause symptoms. And then eczema also is helped with the Yarrow palm. So
that's what I'm fighting, is the eczema. So
since you've been using the Yarrow palm, have you noticed a difference?
Not really. And no. but I'm trying. But I did have a friend comment on my face complexion.
I think it looks glowing to me right now. I don't know if you just used it recently.
It's because I'm in San Francisco, right?
You look like you're windblown by the fridge.
I know. I'm really not. That's crazy. I don't know how to change my picture now that I got it there.
That's pretty cool, though. That's funny.
So I'm using it on my husband, and we have one arm is the traditional and one arm is doTERRA.
Smart.
That's really good.
So I just recently got Correct X, and so we've been trying that, and that has all sorts of things I've never used before, like helichrysum. But what I noticed is that when we use the Yarrow palm, so I did rose oil, I did magnolia, because magnolia and rose, they have a lot of linalols in them, which are supposed to reduce the inflammation. So what we found is that he'd scratched so hard once that with the Yarrow palm, it's looking a lot smoother. His arm looks smoother than with the other side. So what we're doing now is we've moved to Aveeno, which is a recommendation from my cousin because of the oat in the Aveeno. She had a kid that had eczema who was up at night. So what we're doing is the Yarrow palm in the Aveeno just to help it spread more.
There's something in Aveeno because I was using Aveeno because, like I said, I had eczema really, really bad. And there's look at the ingredient list. There's something in there there, and I can't remember offhand what it was, but there's a paraffin or something in there that that is bad. So look at the ingredient list because I was really disappointed that dermatologists recommended it.
Dermatologists recommend a lot of things that are not EWG certified. And I like personally that it's just straight up oils when you're getting oils and oil blends. That's it. You know?
Right. That's what I like. Yeah.
And you use a little olive oil to make it go further, or maybe avocado oil in that case, because that sinks in a deeper way. Playing around with what works for you, but
it's usually, and it's different depending on your body, but I had chronic eczema for a long time, and it took a lot. I think I saw every dermatologist in this area, and I think I was on probably 20 different prescription steroids, internal and external, and it all ended up making it very much worse. But
Of course.
I did, and I was allergic to so many different things, but I did go a lot of different routes with it. I did get chemical patch testing, and found out that I'm allergic to methylzizadone, which is in a lot of products like Aveeno. So there are a lot of products that the dermatologists will market to you that contain common allergens. And it's kind of this crazy thing that they say, okay, it's soothing, it's pure, but then you look at the back and they're all the things you're allergic to. So, I think they get, whatever kickback from the pharmaceutical reps that are giving them these products. So they're endorsing them, and I don't think that they always work, but it just, again, it depends on your body. And for me, I really had to explore a lot of different things. Rose was ultimately the one that healed it for me. Yarrow Palm helps keep my skin at a good level. So it's maintenance for me, the Yarrow Palm. And then it's dietary, it's cleaning the gut, it's doing the detox multiple times. The gut axis skin connection is so huge. We just don't understand how much of a role our gut plays in our skin. I mean, leaky gut can happen very easily. And once that happens, all those things that we don't want in our bloodstream and our system are going straight into our skin, and we're having gigantic immuno responses. And that gets to be hard to control.
And another piece of that too, well, they also prescribe steroids a lot, which in some cases, yes, you need them and they work. But for the most part, just like an antibiotic, it tears up the system. And we can have other ways for anti-inflammation, like the turmeric capsules is something we turn to, or the deep blue pills, or things like that. But the microbiome plays a huge role in that. And then there's also an emotional component to the oils. So let's just say that you weren't giving yourself very much self-love, and then you wear it on your skin, maybe in the form of eczema or patches of some kind. Find the oil by either using the scanner or looking through the emotions book, where there's a book on emotions and oils that we can put in here as well in the chat field. It is fascinating. Yep, it is fascinating because it's on the mark. So I really like kind of following Louise Hay and that book and the scan and going, oh, well, it picked up on that emotion. I'm not clearly in the emotion of trust right now, or joy, or whatever the thing is. And I reach for that oil, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that worked. How's this even happening? I never really believed into the emotional component until I started digging deeper and playing around with it.
Listen, for eczema with Chinese medicine, and it's a lot of anger in some of your organs that can get released into your skin. So there's that whole emotional piece. And I think for me, that's why the rose was huge in my healing, because the rose will take you to a higher vibrational level. It's the queen of the oils. It's very, very, very healing. It also has the antibacterial properties. In competition with On Guard, I think it has a lot of properties for immune system that they're still discovering. But rose, and I say this because everyone's body chemistry is different, but rose was the only one that could soothe my skin. And when I looked at the emotional piece of it, it made a lot of sense. But yes, it does have the highest vibrational level of all the oils. And if we are wanting to be in good health, we want to be at that high vibrational level, because every hit we're taking with the foods, processed foods, the Wi-Fi, toxic emotions, the news, the stress, everything, we're taking a hit and it's knocking us lower. And it's not just the rose. Every single one of these oils has a vibrational level. And that's why doTERRA harvests the plant at the the most high peak time of the day for that oil or that plant to be harvested. They want to capture that high energy so that we get that in the bottle that we have at home. But Nikki, I'm typing it in the chat field. It's Emotions and Essential Oils, and it's a reference guide for healing, emotional healing, but it's on Oil Life.
Oil Life, I think. Yeah, it's a great book and it's worth exploring. Yeah, for sure. Does anyone else have any questions about the oils and emotions? I know we're going over our time, but I'm happy. We're happy to.
Annabelle, the date of our detox is September what? Do you remember off the top of your head?
First week. I have to look at my calendar.
So September.
But
was it
that's
September 8th?
to note because
Was it the 8th or the 1st?
I think it's the 1st.
I
have to look at it though.
Yeah, okay.
The important piece that the reason she's bringing that up is because that is such a good time because it's still summer and we're still kind of having fun, but you can do it whenever you want to. We can also post which we're going to do a big presentation on it anyway, but we're going to, thank you, Tara. We're going to go ahead and sweep out all the bacterias, all the parasites, all the heavy metals, all the toxins, all the pollutants. Then we're going to rebuild the gut flora. And that's what the detox is all about. People think of detox as I don't get to eat and I'm going to lose weight. This is not about that. This is about eating really well on a paleo or Whole30 diet and resetting the body for better sleep, better mood, better energy, better microbiome, better health, and then setting you up that it's not a 30-day thing. We're going to continue those vitamins on and keep the probiotics. So really it's a lifestyle change. And yes, we use the word detox because you are detoxing, but we think of it as a very different form of a detox.
Gentle.
Oh, good. Send that to us, Nikki, when we do that presentation.
That sounds good. Yes, Sonia, I will help with your colitis.
100%.
Definitely.
Yep. So all those things in August, we're going to majorly focus on going back to school, detoxing, and our immune system going into the fall.
And we can help with anyone who wants to get on the detox. Like we have a packet that we can email out. But yeah, Tara said, please share in our detox group for sure. We love people sharing recipes, and we can add you into the detox group.
Yeah,
right?
So you can take a look at how it's gone. And gosh, we have had so many testimonials, so many good results. And actually, not to toot our own horn, but a lot of the other teams in doTERRA take our detox package, have tried to join our page, replicate it, and send it out to other teams because it has been so successful. And we have created a really great program that it was already a little bit there, but we made it bigger and more well-rounded, if that's the right way to phrase it. So it's really does the job. We're really proud of that as a team. So yeah. So if you guys don't have any other questions, just make sure you're looking out for the BOGOs every day because they are really awesome. The box itself, I did a little mini reveal today, and we're going to go over that next Wednesday at 8:30, each oil and what they do. But they're good ones. I was impressed. I was like, you never know what's in there. So you're like, is this worth it? Should I get the box? I feel like it's worth it. The Melissa and the Roman chamomile alone, the Island Mint, the turmeric past tense, that's a favorite. Yay. Purify, yellow mandarin, they're all really, really good. So
it's a good BOGO box.
Yep.
I can't wait. You were smart to rush order it.
I thought, okay, because I'm going to reveal it.
Yeah.
I always
Annabelle, I rushed mine because I need my vitamins, and I didn't get mine today.
I beat yours.
You live in Vienna.
You should have been
so jealous.
You know, I think because this is also something to note, I don't know if you guys got that email that they're changing over warehouses, and now everything is crazy weird with their shipments, but they're like, oh, Annabelle ordered, so we're gonna make sure she gets it.
She has a doTERRA portal that comes straight into her kitchen.
I mean, I'm thinking my name is Tara. Why can't they give me some little
right?
You need it directly.
Should have a discount.
I should. Just some kind of thing.
It should be just made next door to you. Right. doTERRA. It is from Tara.
Anyway, I'm excited to get mine too.
Yeah, it's good.
Me too.
Oh, you're still waiting for July order. Yeah. I've had a lot of people have been calling and texting me. I know.
It depends what's in it.
Make sure that if you're ordering anything, don't do the $3.99. I know $6.99 is $3 more, and that's annoying, but snail mail is a thing. And I know right now it's something different is going on, but in general with COVID, shipping is slower unless you kind of up it a little bit.
If you have On Guard products in it, it's going to be, well, I think they ship it separately typically if you have the spray or something like that, but it might slow it down too.
And you can always call them and they'll.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest, because I had a shipment that was just sitting in the tracking and it wasn't moving, like the date. So I called and they said they just resent me a whole new package. So, and I never got the second one. So if it's delayed any longer, I don't know when you ordered it in July,
Yeah,
Cynthia, but I would just double check the tracking and then maybe call.
Their customer service is excellent, and then you can use
Yes.
Serenity if you get really annoyed about it.
Yes. I think they gave me like extra points in my.
Or drink your wine. There you go.
Sonia, I would call for sure 79, because sometimes they deliver it to the wrong address, and then if that happens, I mean, it doesn't happen often, but like Tara said, they'll just ship you a whole new one, and then it'll probably get there really fast.
Do you remember, Sonia, if we did the $3.99 or the $6.99 shipping? Because that's a good amount of days, but I was trying to think of the weekends. Like, did we order them on a Friday?
Yeah, it's business days too. $3.99, she said. Remember when you call them in the morning that they're on Mountain Time? Because I forget that a lot.
2 hours. They're 2 hours behind us.
So when it's 11 here, they're open.
Yes.
Yeah, usually their shipping's pretty good, I think, with COVID and some supply stuff and the changing of the shipping procedures, warehouses.
So if you guys have any other questions, let us know, but otherwise we'll wrap it up and let you guys have the rest of your evening. Good. Okay, thanks guys for watching, and I think we'll put this in the